First impressions are often considered critical. A handshake, a smile, a glance can shape our perception of someone in a matter of seconds. But the truth is, first impressions can be misleading. This phrase encourages us not to judge solely based on appearances or brief encounters. That our initial opinions about something or someone may not accurately reflect their true nature or characteristics. It suggests that deeper understanding is essential to form a more accurate view. To illustrate the idea, imagine meeting someone new at a social gathering. Upon first meeting them, they seem quiet and reserved, which might lead you to assume they are shy or unfriendly. However, as you get to know them better over time, you discover that they are actually very thoughtful and have a great sense of humor once they feel comfortable around others. In this case, the initial impression of being quiet and reserved was misleading because it didn't fully capture the person's true personality traits. This example shows how first impressions can be deceptive and why it's important not to rely solely on them when forming opinions about others. Best practices. We need to remind ourselves that context matters. People may behave differently in different situations, so a first impression in one context might not hold true in another. What you observe initially may not be representative of someone's typical behavior or true personality. It is important to spending more time with someone because it can reveal aspects of their personality that weren't initially obvious. Take the time to engage in meaningful conversations and interactions to get to know someone better. Because the longer you know someone, the more you see their true colors. Show genuine interest in their perspectives and experiences. We need to be aware that first impressions can be subjective, because it can be influenced by our biases, moods, and past experiences, potentially skewing our perceptions. People can change and evolve over time, so a first impression may not reflect who they become in the future. So allow yourself for opportunities to revise your initial impressions. We must seek consistency, focus on recurring patterns of behavior and interactions over time rather than basing judgments solely on isolated incidents or moments. It is important to keep an open mind when forming opinions about others. We must challenge our assumptions and acknowledge that people can defy expectations and might not conform to preconceived ideas. Take steps to mitigate bias by considering alternative explanations and perspectives. By incorporating these best practices, you can navigate social interactions more effectively, build deeper connections, and avoid the pitfalls of relying solely on first impressions. Perspectives from notable philosopher. David Hume, a Scottish philosopher, argued that our initial perceptions of sensations and feelings are more vivid and forceful than our ideas' reflections on those impressions. He emphasized the importance of empirical observation and experience in forming judgments about the world, suggesting that first impressions are crucial but can also be revisited and revised through further experience and reflection. This perspective challenges earlier rationalist views that emphasized innate ideas or pure reason as the basis for knowledge. Famous quotes about first impressions being misleading. Things are not always what they seem. The first appearance deceives many. Suggests that appearances can be deceptive, leading people to form incorrect judgments based on initial impressions. It implies that one should be cautious and not always trust what they see at first glance. Don't trust everything you see, even salt looks like sugar. This quote uses a metaphor to caution against trusting appearances at face value. It implies that things may appear similar or attractive on the surface, but may reveal a different truth upon closer examination. One may smile and be a villain. This quote from Shakespeare's Hamlet reflects on how someone can deceive others by appearing pleasant and friendly while hiding sinister intentions beneath the surface. It speaks to the idea that outward appearances can be misleading, and it highlights a universal truth about human nature where people hide their true motives behind a facade of charm. It's a cautionary reminder to look beyond appearances and consider deeper truths. Conclusion? Thus, while first impressions are unavoidable and often form a necessary part of human interaction, it's crucial to remember they are just the surface. Giving people the time and opportunity to reveal their true selves can lead to more meaningful and accurate understandings. So, the next time you form an opinion based on a first impression, consider it a tentative sketch rather than a finished portrait. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.